How we doing, everyone? Thanks for joining for episode 26. It is Wednesday evening. It's my first fishing night of the week. I've been away the weekend and early part of this week, so it's Wednesday before I've got back down here. So you're going to get 2 vids at me this week. You'll get this one and the next one, and then I won't be back till the following week. A few of you said, mate, when you're getting on the river? When I can. It's literally my weekends are taken up. Maybe in a fortnight's time I'll get a couple of nights barbel fishing, but for now you're just going to have to kind of deal with this because that's all I can actually manage to film because I have no free time at the moment. But for now, let me spin you around, show you what's happening, and we'll get on with it. So from that view, you'll see I'm already shelter set up, distance sticks are out, rods are wrapped up, we're back in Super Mario. I've got rigs tied, etc. as well. Just walk you around so I have my bucket of goodies out. Got rigs tied on the bed, etc. So what I'm going to do, put you on that stand now and we'll go through what's happening. So as always, we will start up with the rod setup. I know you lot watching this, or most of you will know what I'm going to say, but for you new people that have found me today, thank you for joining me, and this is for you. The main line is KORDA Contour 18 pound fluorocarbon main line. I will just touch on that briefly in a moment. There is 3 blobs of rig putty, tungsten rig putty, spaced a foot apart. There is no leader, my main line straight through to a lead clip. It's KORDA lead clip, it can be anyone's, it doesn't matter, I'll just use them. Size 8 quick change swivel and a 3-ounce flat swivel pair lead. I did say I'll briefly touch on the main line. I've been using it for quite a while now. I've done it on quite a few vlogs, as you may or may not have seen. And to be honest, it's the best one I've used out of the ones I've used up to now. I've used fluorocarbon for quite a lot of years, and to be fair, X-Line I used for maybe 6 years straight through. When it first came out, X-Line, it was a bit, I know people say it broke at a lot lower breaking strain. I found it did as well, and it was really wiry. Then they'd done something to it and they made it really good, which is a really good fluoro. But this to me is a more user-friendly fluorocarbon, and it feels a lot stronger. The X-Line I used to fish in 20 pound. This is 18. I feel this breaks higher than the 20 pound X-Line. That's just my opinion. Like I say, I'm not slating X-Line at all. It is a fantastic line, but for me, I just found user-friendly wise, this was a better line for my fishing. And I know a lot of people really do struggle with fluorocarbon main lines, or they're scared of using it because they don't really know how to use it. I have got a video on the channel. It's not a plug to get you to watch it, but if you are interested, have a look. Hopefully it helps you out. The one tip I will give you on this vlog is, if you do use a fluorocarbon main line, make sure at the start of every session you sort of tie a loop in the end, chop your leader and all that off if you use one, start again basically, tie a loop in it, hook it on a tent peg, walk it out 50, 60, 70 yards, however far you think you're going to be casting, stretch it out and hold it there just for a few seconds so it's a bowstring tight line, and then wind it back in under no tension whatsoever, and it will be a lot better to use. So hopefully it helps. So that's the rod setup. Rig wise, it's going to be the same rigs, but we have some different touches to it. So if I cover the hook bait for now, this one is about 6.5 inches of the old KORDA dark matter supple braid, thinking angler size 5, beak point wide gape hook in barbed, big rig ring, long hair. Right, bait wise, I'm just trying to be different, something different. It's not massively different because I've been using these, as you'll see, that the old STICKYBAITS and Manila dumbbells. If I open them up, you'll see the pot is, yeah, they're getting down. So how I've done it is I've put one long ways, then that's a piece of the large, I think that's KORDA buoyant maze, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. But I've gone through the side where most people go through the face to the back. I've gone through the side, and then I've hooked a dumbbell on sideways. So that gives me roughly about a 26 to 28 mil bait with about a centimetre away from the hook. A 20 pound carp will easily get that in its mouth, but it won't find it very easy to get rid of it, and that's what I'm trying to aim at. You'll notice on my rig setups they're a lot different to someone else's. That's not me trying to be better, I'm just trying to be different, because when you become different you gain an advantage. If there's 10 of you all sat around the lake and you've all chucked 3 Ronnies out, you've got a 10% chance against the other 9 people out there, you know. Whereas if you've chucked a completely different rig out to what anyone else is on your spot, you stand a much higher chance, because nobody's using it. The carp don't become, they do educate themselves on, they know what a Ronnie rig is, or a chod rig, or just a normal snowman rig or something, but when you do something different that they don't really have a lot of experience with, that's when you catch them, or that's what I believe, you know. So I'm not saying, oh, you can't use a Ronnie rig again. they catch loads of fish. Even I've caught bloody fish on them, which, yeah, that tells you everything you need to know. But all my rigs, I'm just trying to be different. Speaking of different, right, before people say, here we go, here's a bait plug. It's not a bait plug at all, because you can't even buy this stuff at the moment. But this is my friend's company. He's now starting up, okay? It's called Bob. It's not called Bob, it's called Black Ops Baits. Okay, but for the purposes, I'm calling it Bob, because it's easier for me. And he sent me some bait out, not loads. He said, do you mind, I'm just playing around with things at the minute. So this isn't a finished article. He said, I'm just playing around with things at the moment. Would you be interested trying a little bit out for me, seeing what you think? Give me a review, how I can make it better. Okay, I'll just point out, I'm not associated, I'm not going to be sponsored, nothing like that. And it's not even for sale, so I'm not trying to sell it because you can't buy it. So I'm just showing you why all of a sudden I've got different hook bait and I'm explaining. So maybe in the future this will come out, maybe it won't. These are hard hookers, right? And the flavour is called, or the actual name that it will be called is Camo. So Black Ops Baits Camo. And this is a bloodworm, hemp and squid flavoured bait. So what I've done on my rig is I've doubled them up. I've put 2 of them, they're 16mm, and I've got a tiger on the end. If I hold this at the right angle, I should have really done this before I tied the rig. I'm struggling to show you, maybe you can see it, but if you look here, this top bait, I've completely bored it out with the old 8mm cork. So basically through there's a piece of 8mm cork come right the way through, and I've tipped it off with a very small tiger. That's purely because it was too buoyant, it was lifting up. Now it just kicks back. I will show you in the edge in a minute the rig, how it sits, and the other rig, just for showing you, because I don't show it anymore, and I really should. I mean, this is a long clip, I apologise, but a lot of you seem to like the longer videos, and I'm struggling to make them long because I just put random crap in it, if not to make them up, which I don't want to do that. This clip's way too long in my opinion, so apologies if it is. But now let me just show the rigs in the edge, what they look like, and then we'll get some bloody rods out. Right, let's have a little walk down to the edge. You'll have to excuse this because the water's quite way down, and I don't fancy dropping my phone in, so let me lay down on the floor. I feel like I'm bloody surfing again. Right, so let's lower this one in the edge, okay? So that one is just going to sit pretty much like that. Nothing special. It's a horrible glare as well, isn't there? Nothing special, just like that. It's about as close as I can get you lot to the water. So the next one, that is now sitting like that, just cocked up, double bait with a tiger on. So that is the 2 rigs. Tell you what, while we have the phone in my hand, you'll see in this bucket, this is one of the 5 litre buckets. Okay, there is 2 kilos of STICKYBAITS 16mm Manila, and there is 1 kilo of the old Bob. I've got to even look what the blooming name, the ingredients of it are again, sorry. Bloodworm, hemp and squid bait. The Camo it's called. Let's call it Camo because that's what it says it is on the pot. So it's 2-to-1 ratio because 1, I know the Manila works and I'm happy fishing over Manila. So it's 2-to-1, and we're going to put this on both spots. I'm going to put 3 catapults of that on each spot, and 3 kilos of bait in here should last me, I reckon, 5 sessions, maybe 6, depending how it goes, because it's 6 catapults of bait, and I reckon there's 30 to 36 catapults full in there. So that's my measuring of bait. So let's get some bait out now, and then I'll show you the actual end finished result of the rig before they go in, because they are going to have a little bag of Manila crumb boil on them, and then we'll get them in. So yeah, baiting up time. You'll have to excuse the geese in the background, my friends have turned up. But I have the bags tied up, both are about that size. I'm not going to tie them on the rigs at the moment. I'm going to dry the rigs off, pack everything away, just so the bloody birds can't get me buckets. I've got to go get me net, mat, weigh sling, etc. My mate Charles and Dan has just ran the other side of the lake, so I'll have a quick chat with them as well. Then we'll come back, get these hooked on, PVA'd up, we'll get them out there and we'll actually get bloody fishing. And then I'll probably disappoint you lot with some food update. Who knows? But anyway, I'll see you in a bit. So as I'm walking around the lake, I thought I'd just show you, this is why you have to lock your stuff away. Bloody geese in there, I can see him from here, look, he's in there. All my stuff's trapped in a bucket lid on it, so they can't get hurt. But yeah, that's what I mean about the wildlife. Got to put your rigs away. Anyway, I'll go for my chat and I'll see you when we're going to cast in. So that's my net, mat, etc. Just show you what I mean about my buckets in there. That's my bait, lids on that, tackles on that. Stuff's in there, that was covered over. And then I think, if I can get the bloody lid off one-handed, in there. Rigs tied away. Right, let's get them PVA'd up and let's get them on. In actual fact, before I do that, I'm just going to grab my cool box cooking kit out the old van, and then we'll get some rods in. So yeah, I'll get that first, then we'll cast in. So we're just about to PVA the rigs up. Speaking of rigs, I was looking through my little bottom bucket. It was on the bottom of the pole. There's last week's rigs. Hook baits, yeah, they're all rock hard. So let's get to this week's rigs. We're going to tie the old bob up first. You'll see I've just nicked it on the PVA. I could probably nick it a bit better than that. I've just nicked it on. Pulled myself a nice long bit of PVA. I'm going to pull it down like that and wrap it between the boilies, so it's gone between there. So that's one gone that way. And then wrap this one. I'm making a right mess of this on camera, and but never mind. So it's gone that way. And then just the old overhand knots. See if we can get it. How people tie rigs up on camera and stuff, I don't know, because I don't think I could. There you go, 1, 2. That's it. Trim the tag off like, where's my scissors? I'd never make it on Blue Peter, would I? Trim the tags off. So that's it. I'm not going to show you the other rig gets tied up, but it will be exactly the same. So let's get some rods in. Okay, as always, the old left hand rod's going out first. And now the right hand one, I should have pointed out, the left hand one had bob on, the right hand one is having the Manila dumbbells. Right, that is us fishing finally. Sorry it's a long way into the vlog before we've cast out. Like I say, I've rambled on a bit. I'm probably going to do it a bit more, but some of you like a longer video. So yeah, here's your longer video. For you that don't, apologies. So recap, the left hand rod has got the old, wherever they've gone, them bob camos on the left one. The Manilas are on the right hand one. Baiting wise, you've seen the bait, 3 bolts over each spot. While I'm on this clip, I'll just do as I always do, a massive thank you to you lot for supporting the channel, etc. I appreciate these videos are coming out frequent, and it's the same place, same thing, it's just how I'm fishing on this particular water. But I am massively appreciative for the support you lot keep giving. You keep liking and commenting and sharing and watching, and you do keep subscribing. I'm nearly 50-50 on the views now, so subscriber to non-subscriber, so it is working when I sort of say thanks for subscribing if you have. If you haven't and you want to, please do. It does massively help me out, and it doesn't cost you nothing. You're not tied to nothing. Like I say, it just helps promote my channel. Again, if you're new, thanks for joining us today. Have a look through the channel. Hopefully there's a few other videos you like watching on there. And again, if you want to be a subscriber, like I just said, it's free, it doesn't cost you nothing. It just massively helps me out. But for now, I am going to sort some food out, and this is probably where most people are going to turn off, because I'm going to tell you in advance, there's no burning. So Stuart, Wayne, who else gets on my case about the burning? You're just gonna have to deal with it, you know, because it's not happening on this vlog. So apologies, but if you want to know how to catch a fish, you'll have to keep watching. But for now, I'll see you with some non-burnt food. Again, thanks for me though, massively appreciated. Cheers everyone, first one of the vlog. Just before I show you the old non-burnt food for tonight, I'll just go back to briefly what I mentioned in the intro about getting back on the river. I am dying to get back on the river after the barbel. I know a few of you that watch me are here for the barbel, and we will be going back on the Trent as soon as I can. With working away in the week, that means my weekends are pretty much already taken up doing other things. I think not this weekend, I definitely can't go. Maybe next weekend, I'm not saying for definite, but maybe I can get on the Trent next weekend, and we could get a night, maybe two after the barbel, because some of you lot that are on there, you're having some wicked fish out, especially for the conditions time of year, and I know I'm missing out, you know. So yeah, we will be getting back on the river soon. So for you river lot that are watching, I appreciate there isn't any river footage. I am trying to get some out, and I will do as soon as I can. So yeah, cheers for your patience. Right, for you lot now that love the burning, I'm going to say now thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, because you're most likely going to turn off in a minute, and I'll see you on the next one, maybe with some burnt food. But on this one we're having, I can imagine Stuart, strawberries and berries again. I know you like the burnt stuff, people, but tonight we're not. We are on the fruit. So that's my food: Greek yogurt, blackberries and strawberries, coffee, and a nice view at the shelter at the lake. That is me. So I'll bring you back later for a little update, but for now we're doing that. So that's me fed and watered for the night. Rods on the spots. I'm just gonna watch basically what you're looking at now until it goes dark. I don't expect anything to happen, if it's going to, until early hours of the morning. I've put the BOB bait on the left hand rod purely because that is the spot that I've had a fish from. So I know that the spot I'm fishing on can produce fish because it already has. So that's given that bait the best chance I can do. The right hand spot, to be honest, I thought that would be the one that would do my first fish, but it wasn't. But hopefully tonight it could do its first fish for us, who knows. But you imagine that left hand rod going off tonight. First time putting a new bait out there. Haven't put a lot of bait. I've probably put maybe 15 free offerings of that bait, I guess. What are you getting a catapult? 10 baits maybe? So yeah, maybe 15 BOB baits around it and 15 manillas around it. Who knows? Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling, and yeah, I'll either see you during the night for something or in the morning. It's just dawned on me. I'm sitting out here looking at the lake. I have actually seen a fish show maybe 10 yards past that right hand rod. I'm like, that could go off at any minute. No, it couldn't. Look where the bloody landing net is. Gonna get some severe slating for that one, and what did I say? It'll be in between the rods every time. It's not. It weren't, was it? But it is now. There you go. Look. That's it. Normal service has been resumed. Okay, right and rod. Now you can go off. Well, we're getting to that point in the evening now where I'm going to get my head down. Oh, it's just gone 10 o'clock. So far, I have seen 2 fish well within 10 yards of that right hand rod, and I've heard a third one right in this corner to my right. So yeah, that's quite reassuring that there are fish here. Whether one decides to make a mistake tonight and we catch one, who knows. But for now, I'm just going to get my head down and hope at some point I'm going to get rudely awakened by a screaming buzzer. Let's hope so, eh? Good morning. The old walking alarm clocks, they're all out in force this morning. Sadly, and no carp to report, other than I must have heard 20 carp show down to my right. So yeah, there was definitely a lot of fish down here. We've got about 3 hours left of this session, so you just never know. Got 3 hours to get one. It only takes a second, doesn't it? So let's hope something happens this morning. There was definitely a lot of fish down here last night, and there still is fish present down here now. So yeah, let's hope it happens. Look at them lot. I'm sure they come just to see if I'm going to cave in and give them some food, but not today. So I think now all I can do is just keep watching, keep hoping a rod goes off, and just have a coffee and yeah, hang around till it's time to go to work. So I'll see if something happens. Cheers all, it's that time of the morning already. Not a lot has happened this morning. Since it's got light, I've not seen a carp show. I've seen very little tench activity as well. It seemed like as soon as it was getting dark and during the night, the carp was alive. The bats, they was out in force. The mozzies are out in force. Since like the sun's come up, that's it, everything seems to have gone to bed. So yeah, not much to report this morning. I've got half an hour left. It's not looking likely this morning now, to be fair, if I'm honest. It's kind of one of those when you're sitting there thinking, yep, I could sit here all day, nothing's going to happen. It's kind of that scenario I'm in at the moment, but never mind. Got some bait on the spot again, haven't we? So that's something. Yeah, not a lot to tell you really. I've had a pretty long, boring vlog up to now, haven't you? So hopefully in the last half an hour I'll fluke one out, but it's not looking likely. I think the next thing you see will be me saying, cheery buys, sorry no fish, see you on the next one. Sadly, it's that time again. I've packed everything away I can. The only thing I've got left to pack away now is those, so let me get those in and then I will say cheery bye. So unfortunately, episode 26, that's a blank, but if nothing else, I've got some more bait back on the spots again. The fish were definitely down there, so that's good that they are getting in this area. It's just not happened. I am winding in sort of mid bite time, you know. It's not even 7 o'clock in the morning and I'm pulling my rods and going to work. On this lake you can get a bite till about 11 o'clock in the morning, so yeah, I am missing out each time I do an overnighter, but that's just how it is on overnighters, isn't it? You kind of hope you get lucky in the time you're here. But for me, that's it on this one. Hopefully if you're out and about you get lucky, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.